All right, welcome back. Wanted to do another video on sobriety and sort of give an update on how things are going and just kind of, give a raw update of how things are going. So right now I'm 108 days sober and I feel good. I am very grateful that my health is doing as good as it's doing given the years that I've been drinking and smoking and doing things that were not really healthy for me. But I am very grateful that everything is good to go. So again, very grateful. As far as sobriety, there are some things that I am sort of dealing with. One of the things that continues to come up are the associations. So, like it's not just going to different places like I talked about before, like going to the ballpark or going to a football game or something like that, or going to the beach. But it's also like foods and stuff. It's like taco night, or you're about to make steak or lamb, and the association of wanting wine or wanting a margarita or just kind of wanting something to knock the edge off a little bit. And that was a way that I used to sort of drink as well. It wasn't something I was just like, going crazy with, but it would be mealtime and I would have, something to sort of, knock the edge off and build an appetite. And so those little cravings sometimes hit me, and it's like, oh yeah, you could, do this or do that. But to be honest with you, I just kind of shrug it off. It's like I know it's there, but I also know what I'm committed to doing, and I just don't want to go down that path. But those little urges do come, and like I said, I just kind of brush it off. I just kind of like, yeah, okay, that would be nice, but and not necessarily like that would be nice. It's kind of like, okay, I get it, and I don't know if that's like memories of satisfaction and those feelings of those memories, or that's a bodily craving. But I think it's a combination of both. And so that's something I deal with. One of the other things is I have like I drink coffee in the morning, and I'll have a coffee at night, like at 6, 7 after dinner or something to pick me up. Now I know that's not uncommon for people, but since I don't drink in the evening, I kind of need some type of pick me up, so I'll have a coffee in the evening time, and sometimes that works out, and sometimes it makes me stay up till I don't know, 11, 12 o'clock, and trying to be productive and read and do stuff, and it's like, man, I need to get some rest. But so that's that. And the other thing is I'm starting to feel like and realize I need to be a little bit more social. With not drinking, again, a lot of associations dealt with going to places and being social around the consumption of alcohol. But now that I don't consume, I'm not as social. And I'm not, it's just different. I'm not all that concerned about, my friends, but it's just different. I'm not going there to drink and sort of like drink and then talk about nothing in sports. I'm sort of coming there to, but the thing with that is that takes a whole lot out of sort of some of the connections that I've made with people. Like when you're not drinking and that's not that bond, it really kind of sort of takes a whole lot out of what you were used to doing in your relationship. And then it's like, how do you establish a new normal, or a new dynamic, I should say. So that's something. But now that I'm like sober and in my full faculties. Now the other thing is like, look, I've only been sober for 3-4 months, right? It's 108 days, and I feel good. I still have a long way to go, and this is something I want to make a lifestyle out of, and I feel good. But right now, I also want to be social. Like I'm a pretty good cook. Sometimes I want to just go on a tour and just go to different people's houses and make a meal and have dinner. And sort of chop it up and be social. I get a lot of satisfaction out of that. I'm just like, hey, let me have your kitchen. I'll bring over, that kind of thing. Those are the kind of things that would be cool to do, and not drink and be sober and be normal. But those are things I, would probably never do. And for me, it's just like, how do I get myself to make connections? Because I think alcohol has sort of, I don't know if the right word is pigeonholed me, but it kept me in the same circle of influence, if you will, and it didn't sort of allow me to sort of make different types of connections, and that goes for me because I have a really small sort of family and friend circle, and when most of everyone is kind of doing the same kind of things, I kind of rotate in the same type of circle, and so now I'm just kind of like, I have to have different dynamics to take this sober tour, right? I like that. I like sober tour. I like that. That might be my new MO. I'm taking a sober tour. But I need to, because now I feel more confident in being social, and talking to people and feeling somewhat normal. And I think it also addresses the fact that for a long time, I've been drinking on a regular basis and operating out of being social connected to alcohol. And now I think what we're talking about now is trying to be social without being connected to alcohol, which is a different type of connection. And I feel the need to start to implement and to do that, to sort of build up and build upon this new sober foundation, that I have going. And so that's kind of how I'm feeling, and that's kind of where I am now, at 108 days sober. And it's slow and steady. I'm not going to go on my sober tour. I'm not going to go on my sober tour right now, right this minute or this weekend, but it is in the back of my mind, and it will, I'm sure, manifest into dates and plans with people who I don't usually spend time with, to try to build sober connections and things of that nature. So it's definitely a whole new world for me. It's interesting because right as I'm talking, I'm realizing what's going on with me and where these feelings are coming from, and I'm sharing them as they're coming. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me at 108 days sober. Still dealing with some urges, needing to build upon the sobriety and do my sober tour. And, things are doing good. I just got a new job, and, doing my interviews. I've been trying to get a job for a little while, but doing my interviews sober and not like, oh, I got an interview, this week. Let me just stop drinking for 3 to 4 days or something, like, no, I'm not, I didn't need to do that this time. And, it's cool. It's cool. Like I'm in a good headspace. So all of that is positive. And I'll end with this. If you are struggling with alcohol, there are programs out there to support you. And I hope that hearing my message and hearing my story helps you to visualize sort of what you might be dealing with and maybe how to navigate out of it, and maybe give you some tips on what to expect when you take your sober journey. But you can do it. I just want to say that. And I'll also say that sometimes you may need supernatural help. Maybe you can't do it. Maybe God has to do something for you. And when he does, it is a tremendous blessing, because you don't take credit for yourself being able to do it. You know that somehow, some way he's helped you to overcome that. And for me, I feel like somehow, some way that's a part of my story too. I don't know how I'm this strong and how I'm able to do everything that I'm doing. I really don't. somehow I'm just like, you know what? I don't want that life anymore. I don't want to think like that. I don't want to be that person. And I don't really have a lot of reason as to why I sort of just decided that's it for me. But I know that this year I've been really trying to incorporate God and spirituality into my life, and maybe that's a part of it. So for anyone out there that is struggling with it, you can do it. And if you feel like you can't do it, you can do it with God. So that's what I'll leave you with, and I'll check back in later. Thank you.